Welcome to the second episode of Basics with Trading with Prateek and me. In the first episode, what did we learn? When and with how much capital should you start trading? Core differences between investing versus trading? Why stock prices move? Herd behavior in stock markets? And now in this episode, we will learn what a beginner's approach towards trading should be. And once done, we will go on to learn how to analyze price on charts as well as technical analysis. And remember, this is a 10-part series to make sure that you understand how to begin on your trading journey in depth and sequentially. So make sure you hit the like button immediately and let's begin. How do we make this system?
Okay, fine. So before we make a system, you got to open a broking account, right? You got to open an account with the broker.
Correct.
Right? And there are two things you need. You need a trading account, so you can trade. Okay. And you need a demat account. It's basically dematerialized. You probably know what that is.
Yes, the dematerialized account.
Right. Okay. So basically dematerialized is a digital version of the actual shares that you own, right?
Got it.
तो पहले physical shares होते थे.
Correct.
देखा होगा scam वाले.
हाँ, मैंने देखा था. Ring में आके.
Correct. And एक physical paper होता था कि ये तन्मय आपके 2 share है इस company के.
Correct.
But वो फट सकता था, कुछ हो सकता. So it's all like digitized.
Got it.
So it's stored in a digital locker. It's like a demat account.
So a demat account is just a digital shareholding, locker.
That's right. Yeah. That's where you store Tanmay's shares.
Got it. So you got a demat account. Tell me about a trading account. Trading account sounds like it'll bought documents वगैरह लगेंगे, etc.
So Tanmay, like back in the day, I remember there were these large stacks of paper I had to like print out, and then I would sign them and then courier them, and the entire country did this, right? And we'd courier it to another city. And then 7 दिन बाद someone would come and it'd be like, अच्छा ये signature missing है. It just took a while to open an account.
Correct.
So now everything's like digital, right?
Correct.
So you have a bunch of documents, and what you're doing is just uploading it online. And ta-da, you have your account opened online. Simple.
Awesome. Okay, so account खुल गया.
Correct.
Now what is systematic trading?
ठीक है. तो trading is of 2 types.
Okay.
Right? One is systematic, जो अभी तक हम बोले. So you have a set rule, you are following that day in, day out, just like a business. कि मुझे ये करना है and my valuation of my company will become XYZ.
Got it.
You follow that system. Okay, that's systematic trading. And we learn that in deep going forward. The other way is discretionary trading. मतलब आपके डिस्क्रेशन पे आप डिसाइड करते हो कि मार्केट में कब खरीदना बेचना है.
मतलब ऐसे गट से you know just based on your feeling कि I think this will go up or down.
Correct.
You then enter and exit to make a profit.
Correct.
I've seen an ad on my Instagram about this by LearnApp itself. It's about a guy who within seconds he gets in and out of the market and he makes a little bit of profit within seconds. Just when the stock is going up or down, he'll get in and it's called scalp trading. Is that what it's called?
Correct. So scalp trading is basically you enter and exit really quickly.
Correct. It's like scalping.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Just scraping a little bit.
But the problem with that, right? Now, the course that you saw, like the person teaching, he's been trading for like many years, right? So can many people really replicate that? Right? That's a little difficult to do. I know a lot of people who can, but generally I think it's like difficult to do. But it's interesting to see that ऐसा trading profitably भी हो सकता है. Right? But generally like discretionary trading is kind of difficult to do. Right? What does...
It's also risky, right? Like your gut might not always be right.
Correct. So that's actually, you should like, the people who are watching this, right? They should pause over here and write this down. Your gut may not always be right.
Yeah.
Correct. And you should write down, the key to that is money management. That even if you're wrong most of the times, you can actually use this technique called risk and money management and still make money.
Okay, so now systematic trading
Yeah.
is following a system.
Correct.
Discretionary trading is little going by your gut.
Yeah.
So one is comes with a set of rules. The other one doesn't have any rules. It's more based on your experience, etc., etc.
Correct. So I think someone's new, right? You should.
Yeah, for me, it sounds like systematic trading is something that I would want to follow.
Yeah, super.
Yeah. मेरे को बताओ कि क्या करना चाहिए और मैं वो करूंगा. हाँ, समझ गया. All right. So let's get to systematic trading. बताओ.
Okay. So to understand this, right? Let's use an example of a casino.
Okay.
Okay. In this case, I'm the owner of the casino. All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's a money-making machine. And it's interesting, right? Because people are going to gamble at casinos. But how do casinos survive if so many people are getting payouts and making money at Vegas, right?
Correct.
It must be a business, right?
Correct.
How are they making money out of chance? Right? Slot machine chal raha hai, roulette wheel chal raha hai. How are they making money out of pure chance? What if someone wins $1 million and they go bankrupt?
Yeah.
There must be some logic to it, right?
Correct.
So I have a relay wheel here. Check this out while I move the laptop away. Okay, Tanmay. Now you have black and red over here.
Yes.
Okay. Let's say you bet on red or black.
I'll bet on black.
Okay, but what's your probability of winning? There are only two possibilities.
It's 50-50 in this
Correct.
case.
Okay, so let's do the round. Go ahead.
I'm betting on black and it's landed on
Red.
Oh.
Okay. The interesting thing is, it's not only black or red here. You see, there's another color.
There's a green.
Now, just that one green change the probability completely.
Yeah.
Ab 50-50% nahi hai. Right? It's now 48.6%. So that difference, I think, is 1.4%, right? That 1.4% ka jo margin hai, that's how the casino is making money.
Yeah, their edge.
That's their edge, right? So normally when you have like a trading system, generally win-loss ratio jisko kehte hain, probability of profit jisko kehte hain, is generally 50, 52, 53, 55%.
Got it.
Right? So generally most trading systems, most investing systems have like a 50 to 55% win rate, which is fine. That extra 5% is what's actually making you the money.
Making the money. Got it.
And there's a second dimension to this. Okay, one is like your win-loss ratio is slightly higher. The second dimension is when you're making money. Now forget about this example, right? You as Tanmay, when you're making money on a profit, that profit should be 100 rupees. When you're losing, it should not be more than 50 rupees.
Got it.
Right?
Got
so
it.
now
So I'm always in the green.
You're always in the green.
Even if I have a bad spell,
yes,
I'm more likely to be in the green.
Correct. So you've taken, let's say 10 trades. Okay. You have a 55% win-loss ratio. You know कि 55% of the time you get a एक profit trade तो आता है. But इस बारी 10 trade में 10 के 10 loss थे. ठीक है?
मैं तो रोने लग जाऊंगा.
But what do you think it means statistically?
Statistically, it means it's my time to win the next time. Because my losses, अगर 100 में से 55 times system बोलता है कि मैं जीतने वाला हूँ और इसमें से 10 losses back to back आ गए तो अभी और 45 wins तो आने हैं ना.
Exactly.
आएंगे at some point.
So you're not measuring trading on a per trade level. You're measuring it on a system level.
करेक्ट.
Right?
मतलब दूर से देख रहे हो आप कि दूरदृष्टि है आपको कि मेरे सिस्टम के हिसाब से मुझे कभी ना कभी तो जीतना है.
करेक्ट.
तो छोड़ नहीं देना इमीडिएटली इस टाइम पे.
तो आप बताओ, हाउ ऑफन शुड यू रिव्यू योर सिस्टम? क्या में प्रॉफिट बन रहा है कि नहीं? शुड यू डू इट ऑन आवरली बेसिस? Obviously not. On a daily basis, probably not. On a quarterly basis, probably yes. Right? Because you're trading a system now and not an individual trade doesn't really matter. Correct. In this larger scale.
A system is a way, जब आप trade कर रहे होते हो, a system is a way of reminding you all is well. System सही है ना? System सही है तो ठीक है.
Correct.
So system becomes extremely important when you're trading.
Yeah, I mean, think about it, right? Like guys who are managing $1 billion, $2 billion.
Correct.
They can't. I mean, they have to have something backing them to know कि हाँ ये ठीक है पैसा.
Correct.
So they all follow a quantitative system.
Quantitative system. What does that mean?
So quantitative, you define everything based on numbers, and you decide everything based on numbers. It's not like हाँ ये logo अच्छा लग रहा है तो मैं खरीद लूँगा.
Got it.
It's just based on numbers, and we'll define a system going forward.
Okay.
So actually, all businesses are actually systems. थिंक अबाउट इट, एक टाइम आया था ना कैफे कॉफी डे, हर रोज एक कैफे खोल रहा था पूरे इंडिया में.
हाँ, मेरे घर के बारे में 4 है.
करेक्ट. तो हाउ डिड दे नो दे कुड डू दैट? हाउ डिड दे नो कि यार कॉफी लवर्स आएंगे एंड प्रॉफिट बनेगा?
क्योंकि 3-4 उन्होंने खोला, उनको रियलाइज हुआ कि देखो ये वेरिएबल से ये सामान बिकता है,
राइट,
तो इसको हम रेप्लिकेट कर सकते हैं.
Yes, exactly right. So they have a standard procedure to find a location. Catchment area होना चाहिए, college students होने चाहिए, date मारेंगे वहाँ पे, right? They'll do that analysis. Then they'll have a standard procedure कि menu में क्या होना चाहिए, you know how it has to be served, how you pay the bill, etc., etc. Everything is standardized,
correct,
end to end.
Correct.
And then at the end, some guy will come and be like, okay, 10 लाख का खर्चा, 10 लाख का रेवेन्यू आया, 5 लाख का खर्चा था, 5 लाख का प्रॉफिट हो गया एक मेरे स्टोर से.
करेक्ट. अब तुम इसको स्केल कर सकते हो अलग अलग जगह पे, सेम वेरिएबल्स लेके. सो दिस इज सिमिलर टू अ ट्रेडिंग सिस्टम, व्हिच इज यू फाइंड समथिंग दैट वर्क्स and then you see, can this work in the long term at scale?
Correct.
You know, at a macro level.
Correct. Absolutely right. So now you tell me, would you advise someone to sell everything, गहने वहने सब बेच दो, and a coffee store खोल दे, and that he has only 10 days of survival left to run that coffee store?
Of course not.
It's risky, right?
Yeah, it's very risky.
So he should start with a stall, figure things out, and move forward. So he only grows when. So same thing with trading.
God.
Start with a small capital, prove it works with the system, then scale very slowly, just like a business.
Correct, exactly. Proof of concept पहले तैयार करो.
Correct.
और फिर बोलो अच्छा ये वर्क करता है मेरे लिए, तो then you start scaling it.
Yeah.
Simple. The systems can also be applied to making content.
Okay.
Right? Like in my case, on my channel, I first tried making vlogs.
Yeah.
Okay, and I was like, oh, if I make vlogs like this, then it gets these many views. Only then I was like, okay, then let me now try reaction videos. And then slowly I started scaling these. The more I realized कि ये करने से ये होता है, मुझे इतने views आते हैं, इतने effort पे, etc., etc. It's exactly like running a business, like how you just described.
Is that how you start a series? Like that's what you do, right?
Yeah.
So what you did, Tanmay, right? You created these vlogs, found out what elements worked, and then scaled that. Correct. And you were testing this live.
Correct.
And you had data, you looked at analytics, saw जहाँ पे drop off आया, and based on that, you said, okay, ये scale कर सकते हैं, right? You do the same thing in stocks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we'll take a bunch of rules. Let's say when this happens, then I'll buy based on maths, right? So you can use quantitative. We learn technical analysis आगे जाके. So we can define scenarios based on price. And we can say when this happens, then I will buy. When this happens, I will sell.
Got it.
And then you apply this rule to say 10 years in the past.
हाँ, क्योंकि stocks में तो पुराना डेटा भी है.
Correct.
हाँ.
Yeah, correct. Stocks से पुराना डेटा भी है. And you can test this over a long period of time. And you can see what was your edge.
Oh, that's amazing. Like, it's like आज मैं कुछ करता और मुझे realize होता कि इसमें पैसा तो अभी बन रहा है.
हाँ.
But is this a foolproof system?
हाँ.
And we can do this by testing. इतने सालों से लोग ट्रेड कर रहे हैं, अगर वो लोग ने ये किया होता तो उनका प्रॉफिट बनता क्या?
Correct.
Right? So this is called backtesting.
Yeah,
basically.
it's called backtesting and it's a repeatable process because you can do it in the future.
Correct. तो इस मेरे सिस्टम के अंदर थोड़ा मैं कुछ चेंज कर दूंगा,
हाँ.
फिर उसको दोबारा बैकटेस्ट कर सकता हूँ कि ये पहले किया होता तो कैसे होता.
So these are your experiments.
Ah,
so you keep running backtests and once you have a backtest, you'll get backtest stats. Backtest stats में आपको क्या मिलेगा? 100 में से कितने ट्रेड प्रॉफिटेबल थे, कितने लॉसेस थे, एवरेज प्रॉफिट अमाउंट कितना था, एवरेज लॉस अमाउंट कितना था. You'll also know win loss probability कितना था, etc. So you have an expectation कि ये backtest में what can I expect when I trade this system?
Got it. Backtest is like a test for your gut.
Actually, you're right.
Yeah, it's like मुझे लग रहा है कि ये सिस्टम वर्क करेगा, मैं बैकटेस्ट करके देखता हूँ एक्चुअली वर्क करता है कि नहीं.
Correct.
राइट, तो जो पास्ट में हुआ वो भी शायद फ्यूचर में हो सकता है, राइट, ओवर अ लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम.
करेक्ट.
कूल, ऑसम. बैकटेस्टिंग सीम्स लाइक it is the backbone of creating your system.
Correct.
If you know how to backtest, you're more likely to arrive at a system that might work.
It's cool, right?
So teach me how to do backtesting.
Okay, थोड़ा पेशेंस होना पड़ेगा. अभी 10 एपिसोड है. धीरे धीरे करेंगे.
ठीक है. Okay. Why don't you show me what a backtest looks like?
Yeah, so I mean, just a bunch of numbers, but I'll show you one over here.
Okay.
And this is a actual system that we'll see. Okay. Going forward. So here, look on your right. You have the stats, and here what stat I'm looking at. So I'll just look at the main ones. Okay. तो एक तो यहाँ पे initial capital and then ending capital.
Wow.
It's a lot, right?
It's a lot of money.
It's also a net profit percentage, as you can see. It's really high
Yeah,
in percent.
it's a 6,000% profit.
That's right. This is over 20 years, by the way.
Oh, got it. So you backtested for 20 years.
Correct.
And saw कि if I ran my system over 20 years, this is how much money I would make.
Correct. Now the problem with such a test is, right, what if I picked a good stock I just knew and be like, hi, ye 6,000 ka profit aaya hai. So how many trades were there over 20 years is the question.
हाँ, कितने?
तो वो थोड़ा नीचे जाएंगे तो you can see all the total trades is 1,589. Almost 1,600.
So if you did 1,600 trades over 20 years, that's about 80 trades a year.
Yeah.
Then you would get 6,000% return.
It's decent sample size. It's not over a bunch of stocks. It's over like almost 1,600.
Yeah.
Now here's what I was talking about. Okay, winners 50.85%. Okay, which is almost 50% ही है. It's like it's like 51%. Losers is like 49%.
Oh, that's like, so you've made all your money in those additional bunch of wins.
Correct. Very awesome. Little, right?
Also, it means कि when you win, आप बहुत बड़ी रकम जीतते हो. But जब आप हारते हो, तो छोटी रकम हारते हो.
So see this, okay? Exactly what you said. Average profit. Can you see that? So 1 to average profit. You can see what the average profit is. Like it's 13,000 rupees. That's the average profit you're making. The average loss is only 6,000 rupees.
Correct. So you're losing half the amount of money you're making on a profit, right? Like that's cool. That's a good system,
right? So now, do you want to be right 99% of the times? It doesn't matter, man.
It doesn't matter.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Right.
As long as if I'm right 51% of the times,
it's enough.
It's enough. As long as when I'm right, I'm making good money.
Correct.
Got it.
So this is what most of trading comes down to. Right? Actually, most of money management comes down to कि when you're losing, you lose little. When you're making, you make a lot.
Correct.
Right? So let's take 3 other examples, okay? Money manage आप कर रहे हो trading के साथ. Who else is managing money?
तो सब करते हैं.
Like say VC भी करता है.
VC भी करता है, mutual fund manager भी करता है.
Correct.
Hedge fund manager भी करता है. सब करते हैं.
Now look at any of these portfolios. Online जा सकते हो. Look at any guy who's really rich. Okay? Where did he make most of his money? It'll be 1, 2, 3 companies max.
Correct.
But how many pies is his finger in? He'll be like involved in 100 companies. What about the rest, right? So his win-loss ratio is just like 3%.
Correct. So this is the backtesting report of the system that you were backtesting, right? Like this, there are many systems I was seeing on the learning map yesterday.
Yeah.
So there are different systems that when you backtest, you see different results. So there are different ways of finding the system.
Correct. So some strategies will have like 2 trades a day. Some will have like 1 or 2 a week. Some will have 1 or 2 a month. So then you have different strategies and then you just pick the one that suits you best. But they should be backtested.
Also, over the course of the next few videos, we will slowly get to how to make your own strategies. But if you guys want to learn in depth a little quicker, you can also go and check out more detailed videos on LearnApp. So Prateek, now coming to how do we start building a strategy that we can then backtest?
Correct. So, like you said, right, वो initial period बहुत creative होना चाहिए. You should be able to come up with a hypothesis कि मुझे लगता है ये होगा, let's test it.
हाँ, मुझे वही शुरुआत कहाँ से करें वही नहीं पता मेरे को.
Right. So let's learn something called technical analysis.
Okay, correct.
It's the first step that every trader makes.
The study of price.
The study of price, study of price movements, and there are a bunch of tools in it, right? There are patterns, there are candlesticks.
Candlestick, ये सुना है मैंने बोल.
सुना है? Indicators. So we'll touch on all of this.
Throw line वगैरह draw करती है trading.
वो सब करेंगे हम लोग.
Okay, done.
And we'll learn this. So at least we have context की technical analysis क्या है.
अब तक हम बस base समझ रहे. अभी now we will get our hands dirty now getting it. Okay.
Perfect. And once we do this, then we will create our hypothesis, our idea कि अच्छा मुझे ये लगता है, and then we'll come to a system.
तो पहले technical analysis समझेंगे कि कैसे करते वो, उसके बाद idea आएगा, उसके बाद बल्ब चमकेगा. Got it. Cool. Let's get into it.
लेकिन next episode से पहले I have to quiz Tanmay. So Tanmay,
exam time.
Okay, let's understand. आप discretionary trade करोगे कि systematic?
So I would do systematic trading because there are set rules there. You know, you can backtest your system and see if this works in the long term.
Yeah,
etc. etc.
So what is backtesting?
Backtesting is आपका एक आइडिया होता है कि मुझे ये करने से मुझे लगता है प्रॉफिट मिलेगा, ऐसे ट्रेड करने से. अब इसको टेस्ट कर सकते हैं हम लोग. पिछले 20 साल में अगर मैं ये सिस्टम चलाता तो उसमें मुझे पैसा बनता कि नहीं. This is backtesting, which is applying your idea in the past to see if this would make money or no. Correct?
Correct.
Correct.
थोड़ा टफ क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ.
हाँ.
बैक टेस्टिंग में कौन सा एक दो स्टैट्स बताओ. मतलब बैक टेस्ट रिपोर्ट में क्या दिखता है?
बैक टेस्ट रिपोर्ट में पिछले 20 साल में कितना परसेंटेज प्रॉफिट बना है.
हाँ.
आपका एवरेज प्रॉफिट पर ट्रेड कितना था.
नाइस.
आपका एवरेज लॉस पर ट्रेड कितना था.
Correct.
आपका विन परसेंटेज कितना है, लॉस परसेंटेज कितना है.
हाँ.
और वो विन लॉस परसेंटेज में उतना ज्यादा गैप होने की जरूरत नहीं. यू डोंट नीड टू विन ऑल द टाइम. You just need to win enough that you are in the green.
Correct.
और क्या स्टैट्स होते हैं यार, इतना तो बता दिया.
That's it. अब मेरी क्या जरूरत है यार, तब तो तुम्हें सिखा दो.
Cool, चलो, नाइस मीटिंग यू.
बाय मैन.
ठीक है, तो यहाँ हम पास हो गए.
हाँ.
तो अब सिस्टम बनाने से पहले टेक्निकल एनालिसिस, कैंडलस्टिक, पैटर्न, इंडिकेटर,
हाँ.
जो सारे शब्द मैंने बहुत दूसरे लोगों को बोलते हुए सुना है, ये सीखने वाले हैं हम.
करेक्ट.
Awesome.
तो अब जो कैंडलस्टिक पैटर्न्स है, that's what we'll start with in the next. There are a lot, probably hundreds. We'll just focus on a few so that we have some context.
Got it. Cool. All right, if you guys are intrigued by everything we've discussed so far and you want to learn more in depth,
You can take the course on the basics of trading taught by Guruji Prateek Singh himself. Check out the LearnApp link in the pinned comment and get 2 months extra access for absolutely free. You can also analyze your stock fundamentals and history in depth thanks to Ticker Tape. And before you begin trading, one must have a Demat account. So open your own Demat account with the link in the pinned comments.
check out the next episode, guys. We're going to get in and I'm going to have some amazing ideas that Prateek will reject. But we'll find some nice ones eventually and turn it into a system.
Yep.
Cool.
Coming up next.
These are the 3 kind of trends. Let's just break this down a little bit.
I'm assuming it climbed from here.
Yeah, so we'll exit this. Yeah, go ahead.
From this point, it'll climb. Oh, it did. The next day.
Close tha na? I just turn this into a bar. And this a high. This is now a candlestick.
Got it. So,
And this just shows that pura din ka kal jo buying tha was engulfed by this. There are also multiple candlesticks where it's a combination of 1, 2, 3 candlesticks. Okay. And let's suppose I'm giving you 37x or some x multiplier if your number comes over here.
Okay.
You can bet on that number, okay?
Okay.
So you drop that and we spin it. Let's do
right,
that.
let's do it.
Let's pick a number.
number 12.
All right, great. So that's 21.
Ah.
Right. You basically lost everything. Interesting. But this will happen again and again and again.
Can I grieve?
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm over it now.
Fantastic.
दोनों बार एक